Customization, transparency, profit. The HedgeBetter sports betting platform is a revolutionary concept that creates a competitive advantage for every party involved in the sports betting process. We are putting the odds in your hands, cutting out the middleman, and empowering a future generation of sports bettors. Look for the HedgeBetter sports betting platform coming in 2023. In the meantime, visit us at www.hedgebetter.com, follow us on Instagram at HedgeBetter, and subscribe to the HedgeBetter YouTube channel.
Episode 98, welcome to Steele Nazz, brought to you by HedgeBetter from our headquarters in Bridgeton, Massachusetts. Tonight, no guests, there's plenty too much to talk about. Gonna be some slander on this episode as the Patriots' disgraceful performance. Nice writing there, Steele, against the Bears, along with our thoughts on the QB problem in New England. Is there a problem? That's the question that's out for debate. Then we'll have our preview on next week's showdown against the Jets. I can't believe that's a sentence, like that showdown against the Jets.
That's a real sentence, too, which makes it more fucked up.
We'll have our weekly
couple injuries on the Jets.
Locks of the week. Just picked up a running back. We'll talk about that. Afterwards, Houston and Philly meet in the World Series as Mike Steele's Yankees go home crying. And the sweep there, Tico, Texas, goes to the World Series.
See ya.
Bruins and Celtics start a little bit hot. We'll get a little of that. And UFC 280 was an absolute sensational show put on there, Islam, with the upset over Oliveira. We'll get to that. But, yeah, the boys are buzzing here. We're here late on a Tuesday night, grinding away. Yeah, I'll just start first. Little Colin Cowherd monologue here. Chicago Bears 33, Patriots 14. Obviously, everything went bad in this game. Offense, defense, special teams. But the number one thing for me, I'm just gonna give it to him right away. It's Bill Belichick. It's the coaching. How do you pull a guy out like that? Three series in, and now you have a controversy where I was telling Craig a little bit before the show. I'm like, all right, so Zappy comes in as a fan yourself. You're kind of like, all right, you know, this could get at some energy.
Place was rocking.
Place was rocking. Two touchdowns in a row, and then it all went to shit. So my thing is, if he just kept scoring and scoring, Belichick would look like the smartest coach on the planet right now. But it didn't. Now, I just said for a little bit, Step Brothers, now the tuxedos kind of seem a little bit fucked up.
Yeah, they do.
And, yeah, not a good showing for Bill Belichick at all. Turns out to be awful. You know, it's in limbo of who's going to start this week. You kind of thought, I was texting with someone, too, that, like, maybe if he keeps playing bad, they'll just, like, blame an injury. Zappy will play the second half, and before you knew it, Zappy was already in. So the leash, I just can't believe it was that short. I'm absolutely amazed at this. You spent a first-round pick on this guy, supposed to be the future of your franchise. You're playing the Bears. I love Bailey Zappi. Don't get me wrong. I love both players. But you're telling me a guy who beats the Detroit Lions and the Cleveland Browns all of a sudden is your guy? Like, you're going to take out your franchise guy over that. I get it. But let Mac Jones go the full game. If he fucks up and he has a bad game against the Bears, all right, then we're talking about maybe Zappy next week. But we got to get through this, man. That's just horrible.
You don't think that pick from Mac Jones was bench worthy?
I just think
if you're like at 75%, like you're trying to fight through an injury and you throw that, I kind of think that was bench worthy.
Now, did you see the reports that came out an hour ago?
No.
So I guess there was an ESPN wire that came down and it hit the wire.
No.
Yeah.
So we're back to like Deflategate.
Yeah.
ESPN's out here. Fucking asshole.
So it hits the wire, and it doesn't alter it too much, but it might alter it enough.
Oh, you've seen.
No, because that pass looked terrible.
Some random account on Twitter was just like, "What's good with this?" And then everyone's like, "Yo, what's?"
No, you'll see in the end zone, like sometimes like a defensive player will tip by like the fraction of the fingernail, and for some reason, like one of the best wide receivers in the game literally won't be able to catch it, and you're like, how is that possible? But I guess those minor infractions that really do make a difference.
I'm not going to blame it on that, though. I mean, from all three phases of the game, you see Jake Bailey, awful punting, just stiff. The Jones who kick returns, maybe a nice knee in the end zone instead of getting tackled at the 14 every time. I like the aggression, maybe the first, second time, but third time in, keep it in-house. You know what? They weren't really to spread the field. Bailey Zappi, there was a lot of things there with, he had a good 2 first series, but then he couldn't see over his offensive line. Kept getting battered. And as much as we're slandering the Patriots, I give full credit to the Bears. They came in and they really, took it to this team that overlooked them. They were already looking towards the Jets. And the Bears took care of business. I think my number one thing about this, how blaming Bill Belichick, is you took this game like a preseason game. At least the way he told the media, he was just going to roll 2 quarterbacks out there like a preseason game. That's taking your team lightly. I don't care who you're playing in the NFL. The Chicago Bears, like, on paper, might be the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, and they got 33.
And you overlooked them, and you played this game like a preseason game because you thought you were that much better, and you got your butts kicked.
And I mean, what was it? Like, they were like 11 for like 16 on third down.
It was
Like, that
ridiculous.
is absolute nonsense.
No, it was insane. And 2 things, Adam, to agree with you. Like, the coaching, I agree with you that don't take out Mac Jones. And like I said, like, where it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Zappy's on a 3-game win streak, leave him in. And if he fucks up, then put in Mac Jones and be like, all right, this is our starter. Like, I know you got hot for a little bit. If he took down the Bears, would you still be a questionable team? But now where you have this fiasco, it's fucking absolutely insane. And then the second part to that, Justin Fields was also playing out of his zone. I don't know if the defense was just fucking up with no QB spies or whatever it was, but anytime he was running the ball, it looked like he was
like a lot of those third downs was him running
100%. Like, yeah, like in wide open situations where you're like, where is anyone like wide open? So I don't know if that was designed by them or.
Like I said, I was excited when Bailey Zappi came in, a lot of energy. But at the end of the day, you kind of look at it as a guy who's been a head coach for that long in this league. You got to have a longer leash than that, at least halftime. Give me at least halftime until you got to make a decision. Because you go down 10-0. Mac Jones has never dug out of a 10-0 deficit. That was my thing, too. When Zappy came in, I'm like, yo, if he comes in, they go back and win, Mac Jones is never going to play again.
No,
never going to play.
And they took the lead in 7 plays.
Yeah, 7 plays.
Like, it looked damn good.
And they keep blaming, like, I don't even need to mention that kid in our group chat's name, but they kept blaming, like, oh, Bailey Zappi only made 1 throw. And people blaming Myers. Myers turned the wrong way on that. Yeah. He ended up making an incredible catch. But he turned the wrong way. If he turns the right instead of left, left instead of right, he would have caught that and walked in the end zone. But overall, good two verse drives from Bailey Zappi. Otherwise, it was all dog shit.
That last pick was
tough.
Woof.
he couldn't see anything.
No, and he chucked it.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You just gotta take the sack.
Yeah, just
you know
throw it away. Do something.
Yeah,
Don't do what he did.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
This is a team since that Brady era has showed you time and time and again that they can't come from behind. You have to have a good start. Going into this Sunday, you have to have a good start, no matter who's under center.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I mean. Who are you going to start here? Like, reasonably, obviously, they're probably going to go back to Mac here?
No, yeah, like, it got worse in this
limbo.
game. It literally got worse.
It's in limbo. Before we get on that track of the next week's game, I want to call the one player who I thought was unbelievable was Matthew Judon.
Red sleeves, baby.
He doesn't get talked about enough when it comes to the league. It's talked enough around.
What did he finish
the
game with? Because I saw when he finished
2.5 sacks or something like that.
No, he was at 3.5 last time I saw. I think he ended up getting a 4.
I can go down here. I got the stats, but overall, he deserves to be in the conversation of all pro. I know it's only like halfway through the season. Let's look. Judon had 2.5 sacks, 3 solo tackles, 4 total tackles. Either way, played phenomenal, played well.
Almost got a fumble too when Justin Fields bugged.
Their offensive line was trash. Trent Brown must have got called on like 4 or 5 different calls.
He was particularly terrible.
Yeah.
Not that any of them were good.
What was it, like 11 calls again?
Yeah, that David Andrews got tuned up.
That was tough.
That sucks.
They asked Belichick today. They're like, "You have a comment on that?" He's like, "No."
Yeah, which means we'll see him later on.
yeah.
I love when Bill does that. Like, a lineman will just like go off sides and he'll be like, "Yep, you're done for a couple plays." Like, next guy up.
Oh, you don't stand a chance this week as a Patriots reporter.
Nope.
You're not getting a fucking word.
Not an answer. Even as a player, you have to be scared. Like, you have to be on the game.
Funniest part is you're not even getting a word to the coach, but you're not getting that time at all to tucking your kids. Like, you're there.
Yeah.
Like, this is must write about. Watch, observe type of, it's football, but it kind of is reality TV right now.
Yeah, and I wonder what his saying will be this week, because it's going to be just one thing again and again and again.
Again.
Fuck the Jets.
Yeah.
Fuck the Jets.
It's like, we'll see you on Sunday or something. See you in New York.
Yeah. That was the crazy part, though, because outside of a couple passes, I thought Darnell Mooney played well. He's just so quick.
Yeah.
Even Stevenson kind of had flashes of looking good.
Oh yeah, he's always. I mean, out of the backfield, he had 8 receptions. But I'm saying more on the Chicago front. It was just Justin Fields getting slippery at the right times. And how about David Montgomery too? He's a fucking dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Running back for the Bears.
Yeah,
that,
Bears.
that first touchdown where he like the play before they scored, he just like carried the rest of the team like to the 1 yard line. That's enough about the Bears though. There's a Boston
And
Pop.
they were
Fuck
like
them.
2 plays where like we literally didn't block Roquan Smith, and like the quarterback just got annihilated, and it was just like, dude.
For
Come
sure.
on,
So
man.
Zappy also same thing, had flashes of some deep threat there though, which like you don't really see Mac toss up too many times, like which actually had some pretty good
yeah, and that
completion
was
rate.
kind of weird to me because they said that they had the same playbook, same idea to whether both like no matter what quarterback was playing, and I couldn't disagree with that more. There's 2 different style quarterbacks. They're both in terms of whether it's throwing downfield, check downs, they're all different. So I think when at the end of the day, you gotta address your playbook to what quarterback you have in. It's kind of ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, moving on to the Jets game this week. It's in limbo. Steele, who do you think starts this week at quarterback?
I think they're gonna shoot with Mac Jones again. I think he starts the game anyway. I think it might have like the way it played out. It might have to be the same system that they just did, like what they might do. That's not what I
Yeah.
want at all.
I-
I want that on record.
I think you can't have 2 quarterbacks in one game. It just does not work anymore.
Yeah, they talked about that. I listened to some like reporters talking
Yeah.
about that. They're like, it's an elemental of surprise. They're like, they're not fucking surprising anyone. Would they just randomly throw out Hoyer when they're playing like
Yeah.
random teams to be like, oh, it's not Brady this week. Let's switch up our entire game plan. Like,
Yeah, especially it's the biggest like story in fucking New England.
yeah,
Like everyone's talking
pick,
about.
pick a quarterback.
You
and
gotta,
stick
you
with
gotta,
them.
yeah, at least for a full game. You gotta give him a full game. Mac Jones, I think, deserves to play this week. I think this is a big time game. This is another one you need. Like, on the road, I think you're favored by like a point.
And you really need it now.
Yeah.
Since you
Especially
were
on the
supposed to beat
road.
the Bears.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you were supposed to beat
That-
the
that
Bears.
was
And
the
I
thing
have,
with-
that's one gone.
That was the thing with the team last year. They didn't really lose any games that they were supposed to win. And they
Mhm.
did that this year. I mean, obviously the Cam Newton year was a wash, but they lost to too many teams they should have beat that year. And I just hope that history doesn't repeat itself. They have a chance here, like we mentioned last week. You got the Jets twice, and you got Indy. You got a chance to really pick up a couple games here. Even despite the loss, you can get to 5-5, you can get to 6-4, and then it's anyone's ball game. But going into this week, I think you need to stick with Mac Jones. You need to stick with one quarterback. Obviously, injuries that's a different story. If that happens.
Yeah.
But I think he needs to go in there. You need to set a statement here. And you know what? This is Mac's time to shine. I'm a big fan of both players, and I hate this whole what side are you on type of thing. I'm on both of these guys' sides. I think they're both tremendous quarterbacks. And I thought that was really cool seeing when Zappy got the touchdown, Mac Jones was the first guy
Yeah,
to
he was the
congratulate
first
him.
guy out there.
I mean, you think about it too, and all these guys have played, through youth ball, through high school, through college. I mean, Mac Jones played at Alabama when there's 2-3 other quarterbacks there who are starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now. So he knows what it is to face
Heisman winners and whatnot.
he knows
like,
what it is to face adversity. He knows that, when it's your time, your time. And you know what? It is his time. I love what Bailey Zappi's done, but Mac Jones has to grab this, position by the horns. And I think it starts with this Sunday at New York.
Hopefully. I mean, New York. One scary thing with it all, though, is like the Jets, like Zach Wilson, they just lost Brees Hall. Like their offense doesn't really scare me. I think our defense could do good, even though the fucking Bears just torched us. So that's not good. But their defense is pretty legit. Like the Jets' defense is actually like good.
Sauce Gardner's been
Yeah, like
unbelievable.
that's actually like real.
Yeah.
As much as they're the Jets. So like,
CJ Mosley too. Like he played for Baltimore. He's a good player too.
yeah.
Now on the forefront is Zach Wilson, a mobile quarterback. I think he's more of just like a pass, run second.
He
type
can
of guy.
he can run. He's not Justin Fields, but he can
Well,
move.
that's what I'm saying. The Pats have been getting killed to shifty teams like Lamar, Justin Fields last game. I think that's big going in this game. The defense needs to recover. I think this is going to be a close game. I'll give my score prediction right now. I think the Pats bounce back. This is big for them. I saw the Jets play the Broncos last week, and the Jets had all the chances in the world to blow them out of that game. They didn't do it. Obviously, the NFL is a week-to-week type process. We lost to the Bears by 30 points last night, and I'm taking
Call
them.
it 50.
They're taking them. I'm taking them over a 5-2 Jets team because you know what I think. It's any given Sunday, and I don't even think this is too much any given Sunday. Pats are actually favored going to New York. Love the Pats here. Mac Jones, 2 touchdown passes, makes his return back. The stardom happens, and it starts on Sunday. Let's go.
Still, who do you got here?
17-13 Pats. Let's ride.
And I hate to be the devil's advocate, but I got the Jets have been looking good. I've been riding them for my locks of the week all year. The week I started losing was the week I caught off the Jets. And I hate to say it, but I'm going to say 28-17 Jets. Jets. Jets.
Sucks.
Jets guy over here.
I said-
Jets guy.
And I'm a Pats.
So I said 23-17.
28-17.
And we're all in consensus. Mac Jones starts on Sunday.
Yes.
I got Zappy just to be the odd man.
Yeah.
So,
I love it. I love your
yeah,
beef. We need-
yeah,
we
let-
need-
yeah. You gotta be
Zappy, Jets.
because you know
You're a locker
why
room guy.
not?
You're a locker room
yeah,
guy.
exactly. I'm a bench guy. I'm an Alex Moran. You know, I'm a Blue Mountain State.
I was trying to rewatch that show. That's a great show.
It's fucking amazing.
Oh yeah,
Quality TV.
Marathon Monday, great one.
So many colleges have been banned from NCAA tournaments because of what they've taken away from Blue Mountain State. Like so many people have done like the cracker race and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just
The
and then it gets out
soggy
there.
Oreo. Jesus.
So big game at MetLife this Sunday. I kind of wish I was going. I love that environment. We went. What was it, like 5 years ago now?
Yeah, something like that.
We stayed in New Jersey. Yeah, New Jersey hotel.
I like New Jersey.
One of our friends didn't make it to the.
You're
through
you're
the
0
first
for like
quarter.
6 today.
Is that
dude.
a hot take? I fuck with the New Jersey.
Bad take.
I'm a New Jersey over a Philly guy all day.
I mean, pick your poison. I might as well say Detroit's the best city around. Then
You love Cincinnati
probably
and Cleveland.
Cleveland blows.
Let's not go too far.
Let's not go far. Now we'll get down to our locks of the week. I don't know if you guys are ready, set, action.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on,
Oh,
game
yeah.
ready, boy.
Steele, who you got?
Geno Smith.
Ooh,
Seahawks at home,
boy.
baby. The 12th man's going to be rocking. Danny Jones, still not really a believer in it. I like them over the Giants. The Giants have been too good, and like they're going to come back to earth a little bit, I think.
The NFC West leaders, the Seattle Seahawks. Now, with our picks here, we can get into a little, what happened in the NFL this past week. Seahawks with a big win, now leading the NFC West, and you got a 6-1 Giants team coming to town. That's, I think they've won 4 straight.
Yeah,
So
run first. I think Saquon, they're going to,
I-
Pete Carroll knows what he's doing on defense.
AFC North matchup here. AFC South matchup. Sorry, it's all the same thing. But the Titans are on the road against the Texans. They're favored by 2 points. I will take Mike Vrabel and the Tennessee Titans. They defeated the Indianapolis Colts, who dropped Matt Ryan after the shitty game.
That's a
there.
wild line.
Wild. Yeah, 2. It's a trap game.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of the trap.
Why?
Not afraid of the trap. Last week, the Giants were on the road against Jacksonville. Jacksonville was favored by 3. Took the Giants, not even a sweat, not a trap. Hashtag no trap.
Okay.
Titans favored by 2. What do you got?
You know who I'm going with this year? I don't even know what the spread is, but I'm going to take the spread because this other team's had such a rocky season, and they lost to my boy Zap. I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills defeating the Green Bay Packers this week.
They didn't lose a Zap, but I like that. They kind of
Didn't
did. They kind of did lose a Zap.
I thought they did.
Morally.
I thought
Morally, not on the scoreboard.
I thought Zap played that game.
He did, but we lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
weren't we close?
It was close. Yeah, one overtime.
Oh, that's what I meant to say.
Bergeron empty netter. Let's go,
Let's
boys.
go Bruins.
yeah, they're walking off
Packers
right now.
plus 11.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take it,
So-
bucket.
So before we move on, another stuff, man. The Tampa Bay Bucks dropping one to Carolina. The Rogers losing to Washington. What kind of surprised you the most out of everything?
Definitely like losing to PJ Walker and that Carolina Panthers team with Tom Brady as your quarterback is up. Like that franchise should be shut down. Like the
That's-
Tampa Bay
they're-
Buccaneers should
they're
be
looking-
moved to fucking
Yeah, they're
like,
looking bad.
move it to a different
I
put them in London.
You know what we're just talking about? We should restructure a team just like the LA Knights, Las Vegas Knights, and everyone should be able to pick a player from a team, and you get one player restricted that you can't take. That team would be fucking nasty.
Let's
could work
get a
that.
franchise. You can't get the Chick-fil-A franchise, so let's get that.
Yeah, hey,
Why
10
not?
grand. 10
What-
grand
what-
open. a
where would you
Chick-fil-A.
want to start a franchise? What would the name be, and where would it be?
Probably.
And obviously the
If
mascot.
I were to just do this impromptu, I'd probably just go like Austin, Texas, because like everyone's down.
Fuck yeah.
Would probably be, I don't know, it's tough to come up with a name.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the city. I'm not gonna have the rest of it for you.
I think
that would take me. That would take me all
Austin's a
day.
good pick. I think
Austin's a good pick.
Longhorns. You guys suck. Get out of the way. Let's get a real team in here.
Pretty much any of the California cities that like don't have a
I
team.
like the Austin Vampires.
I hate that. I don't hate that anymore.
And I want the Houston Texans gone. I know they were like the last team created, but yeah, Houston
They're
Texans gone.
Houston Texans, you're out.
Austin Vampires. You know why I
Austin
said vampires? Because Austin actually has a famous bridge that has like 1 million bats under it that come out of it every single night.
I thought you were
Austin
gonna say like a
Vampires.
vampire problem, and I was
No,
gonna
there
be
could
like,
be.
wow.
There could be. Yeah, I've been there.
How about some
weird
alliteration?
shit goes down.
Some alliteration. The Austin, like, anglers. I don't know.
No, I don't like that.
Definitely still going with vampires there.
I told you, not bad.
Respectfully.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. It is tough. It is tough.
We gotta work on a logo for that. Just like print the shirts.
I already got it. It's just a cutout of Prince. That's it.
That's something. That's special.
That's what I want.
There it is. There it is. I fully endorse.
Put on a shirt.
Steele, what's next? Baseball or hockey?
Let's talk like anything that's not baseball.
All right. So
Okay,
baseball.
yeah. Wait, what happened with
No, let's talk baseball. Let's get it over with. Let's
Yeah,
get it over
Let's just
with.
get it over with quick.
So 4-game sweep. Houston defeats the Yankees. The Yankees just puked on themselves every game. In particular, Game 4, that double play when he just threw it, basically in the outfield. Houston capitalized on every single mistake the Yankees made. Aaron Judge is out of New York after he's no longer going to play in the uniform ever again.
Boston.
And you know what? Dusty Baker's got a chance to win the ship. What more can you like about that if you're a Boston fan?
I'm not a Boston fan. I hate everything you just said.
And honestly,
I violently
that's
hate.
the biggest scumbag Boston thing to say because we literally were in last place saying all this
We got a
shit,
new.
dog.
Don't care.
Yeah, literally, I know, but I'm just saying.
The shortstop, Javier, like Pena, whatever his
Yeah,
name
but
is.
you, man, from Rhode
enemy
Island.
for life.
From Rhode
enemy
Island.
for life.
From Rhode
Fuck
Island.
that guy.
Honestly,
Everything he stands for.
Fuck
hate
them
that guy.
in general, dude. I don't like Houston Astros at all. They're a bunch of cheating scumbags.
I'm a huge fan of Alex Bregman. He's probably the best third baseman in the postseason we've ever seen.
Loser.
He has the most home runs for a third baseman in postseason history.
Don't
Isn't that
care.
nuts?
Look at me not giving a
Yeah.
shit.
I think
Fuck that
someone
guy.
should shoot him with an HGH dart, and then we should drug test him.
Pena, like Verlander, just retire,
on
dude.
some
Please
real,
just
on some real
retire.
shit. What's your take on the Yankees though? Like the drop.
Yeah, what happened? What happened?
I said this before the season even started, and until they fire Aaron Boone, nothing is going to happen.
And they're not going to fire him.
And they're not gonna fire him.
team.
They came out today. They're probably going to retain Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, so I'm just going to lose in the ALCS again next year
Why'd you block me?
because you suck and I hate you.
On Twitter?
on Twitter and text
It was
message
like-
too.
it was-
I don't know if he
it was
knows the
right
text,
after.
but
No,
like
no,
I
it was-
blocked,
I knew
I
his
blocked
text.
it all
I saw
together.
the text because I texted you. It didn't go
Breaking news. Breaking
Like I
news.
knew they weren't gonna win that game Sunday, and I was like, I have the power to just like he can't touch me.
Yeah. Cyberbullying? Walk away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't have to deal with that.
I will say that guy Presley, the closer's got some amazing stuff.
Yeah, he's a 4-pitch closer. What a dickhead.
Yeah, that's just start.
yeah,
Just start.
grow up, dude.
Yeah, make
Alright,
some
well-
more money, you loser.
We'll get on the other. We'll get on the.
Yeah, your dad definitely doesn't like you.
That's a good point. Make some more money, you'll lose. You got 4 pitches. I like that. On the other side, Phillies defeat the San Diego Padres in five
what that
in
means.
5 games.
We're going into either an economic crisis or a war. Every time the Phillies have ever
Phillies,
won,
yeah.
that's happened. So
It was
look
so
out.
funny though because
Get ready.
my cousin Brian lives in San Diego and he's just been a diehard Padres fan. I was watching football all Sunday. I didn't watch a second of the game till the end, and he just texted me, "Look at it." He's like, "Check this out. Padres gonna win in 7." And I looked the score, and it's like 3-2, bottom 8, whoever was home. And then I looked at it again, and I saw obviously the Bryce Harper home run. So Brian Nazz jinxed the Padres. If Padres Nation doesn't know that,
Nice.
Now you know.
Nice.
Let it be known.
Clip that.
I will say that home run was everything. What Bryce Harper did. I've been a big fan of Bryce Harper, since he, with the YouTube videos.
Yeah, when he was like 15.
He had the LeBron James
He's underrated.
expectations. I mean, it's tough to even say that. He had so many expectations coming out of the high school JUCO, wherever the hell he played.
Yeah, like Las Vegas, like community college.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good for a while, and then he's just been having consecutive seasons and then early exits. But that home run right there just said, "This is why you signed me. This is why I'm here. I'm here to fucking play, and we're ready to win a World Series." I think the Phillies have a great chance to win this.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you got 2 starting pitchers that can go toe to toe with Verlander.
Yeah.
And Javier, whoever the second one is, Framber. Because Wheeler's having like the best postseason like in like history.
And
so
Aaron
far.
Nola's been pretty good. I
Yeah.
think he had a little tough start against the Padres once, but I think he's their best pitcher in my opinion. I think Aaron Nola's big.
Oh yeah.
He's the type of guy too in the Harper mix. He's been in Phillies through the good and the bad, and now he's here ready for.
He's hit 100 losses
Yeah.
before a few times in his career.
And, that's a great lineup too. They have with Harper. They have Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, in the World Series, look out.
Yeah. Who I'm trying to think.
Schwarber.
Oh, Schwarber. Schwarber's been a man on a mission. If it wasn't for that home run, he's probably walking away with the NLCS MVP.
He's disgusting.
Good season for the Padres. I mean, they kind of went all in.
And they lost Tatis.
Yeah,
and
no
That
Tatis.
didn't even phase them.
Good
That's
season.
just the show
Yeah,
on.
good season all around. For me, I'm taking Houston, and I think this is gonna be a great series. But I think Houston's winning this in 6. I think they just too deep of pitching. They have guys who've been there and done that. Well, you look on the other side. The Phillies are a team of destiny. So I'm actually rooting for Philly, but I think Houston's gonna win. That makes sense.
Anyone who knows me knows who I'm picking in this, so I don't even really have to get too into it. Phillies in 4.
And obviously,
Realistically, 6.
I'm going with the dark side. Houston in 6.
Houston 6. Pena, World Series MVP. Bang.
Probably. That guy's a giant piece of shit, so.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me, but I like it. Transitioning on into the ice. On the ice. The Boston Bruins just won their 5th game of the season.
6-1.
6-1 now.
They are fucking buzzing.
Fire.
They
On
are
fire.
On fire.
Speaking of on fire, you look like Zolak right now.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking hot in here, man.
Sweating.
Sweat. David Pastrnak, 6
Another
goals,
goal.
4 assists, another goal. Grinelli's guy, AJ Greer, 5 points already. Big overtime win against Minnesota the other day.
Yeah.
Trying to look up more of their wins here.
I mean, the secondary scoring has just been unreal. Like they're all
That's
getting
been
it
one
done.
of their keys. It's been one of their keys. And you know what? Who's been a bright spot? Who we said last week? Linus Ullmark has been sensational for this team early on.
Disgusting.
He's been the guy. You clearly have a number one right now. I mean, they're both 1A, 1B, but I feel like he's leading the pack a little bit. At least 7 games in. 6. If you're gonna tell me the Bruins are 6-1 to start the season, I'd say that's a hefty goal. That's definitely a hefty goal. Played a pretty good Stars team tonight with former Tyler Seguin. Get the job done. 3-1 victory. You got a goal from Pastrnak,
Absolute nip.
Taylor Hall, and then you got
Guy
a
wakes up with one
then a
on his stick.
Bergie empty netter. Look at Bergeron getting the fucking score sheet. Let's go.
All day, baby. All day. That's
That's
our
right.
captain.
I can't believe they're still in the league. Like, honestly, you look at some of these hockey players that play in the league for so long. It's fucking absolutely fucking
playing
insane.
gritty like Boston Bruins hockey
It's
for like 20
it's the
years.
hardest major league sport to play like on your body. I feel like you see these guys get like a skate to the throat and like out there the next shift. Like
Yeah,
you're like
tape it up.
take it, yeah. Everyone's like take a seat. He's like not today.
Yeah, that in football. I mean, it's pick your poison at that point.
Yeah, like Nola Chari with the broken sternum. Like, dude,
Yeah.
just take a game off, man.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah,
your
just
sternum's
chill.
broken,
Yeah,
dude.
we all want you
People,
to.
yeah,
Yeah, your
that's-
job's
that's,
safe.
That's like life-altering injury, dude.
You see, they're
I mean,
playing
look
with
at Mac Jones. He got his job back. That
Oh.
fucking bum.
Did he though?
Yeah, because he lost it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get back to
But
it.
yeah, but they've been playing. I think they're playing with an edge with this new Montgomery coach. Jacob DePress been a totally different player. Taylor Hall continues to do him, which not too much. On the other side, back checking, but proving time and time again one of the best skaters on the ice.
Well,
having another goal
that
tonight.
line is just an offensive juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like, it's just David Krejci in the middle slinging it to Pasta and Taylor Hall, and that is just like defense, they might get a goal or two against, but like they're gonna get it back a lot
Well,
of the time.
that's the number one thing I have in question going forward. It's not easy, I should say, but going 6-1 out of an 82 game season, a lot of games left ahead. So when does their defense break? When are they going to really be missing Charlie McAvoy? They had Riley play tonight. Carlo was back in the lineup, and Lindholm, like we said, that was a blessing. That was the best move that Don Sweeney's ever made. Because if they didn't have Lindholm right now, if they didn't trade for him in the last trade deadline from the Ducks, they're in deep trouble.
He assisted Pasta's goal today.
Yeah.
Great pass.
He's been
Set
great.
it up.
Disgusting.
Well,
Great.
8-year contract.
Yeah, we have
Great
him for like.
pickup.
We have him for like ever.
throw away the key. He is
Yeah.
locked up.
Like Lindholm and McAvoy are like gonna be here.
Oh
But
yeah.
forever.
For sure. Grizzly had an assist tonight. He didn't really get too much pull last year in the postseason, but seems to be making his way back.
they've all stepped up. Like
And the goals
Forbert
looking
and
strong. Goals looking.
Clifton.
Excuse me.
What was it?
The goals looking strong.
Goalies. Like I said, Linus Ullmark has came to play. Swayman's played a couple games. He's been all right.
It's very early,
Yeah.
but Olmark is the clear one at this
Yeah.
current point.
Yeah.
Clear one.
Like to see
Who started when they lost that one game?
That was Swayman.
that was Swayman.
Yeah.
That's why
He's a toughie.
his numbers are all skewed though. You can't because
Yeah.
that one. I think he's played 2 games and you let up 6 in one
Yeah, I
of
was
those
gonna
2.
say.
Like
So they
the numbers don't look good, but you'll get.
But a good rotation.
you'll get
regardless,
you'll
you know
get
what I
that
mean?
back.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So they won tonight against Dallas Tuesday night. They host Detroit Thursday. That could be a Swayman game. And then Saturday, they have they're off Saturday. They must Friday they're at Columbus, Johnny Hockey. Columbus, I think, is a team that you should look out for. That's a team that could make some noise and getting in the playoffs.
Line came back either yesterday or today for Columbus as well.
Okay.
He was hurt.
So early on, Bruins in first place in the Atlantic, 12 points. Florida's right behind them, but early on. Early.
Yeah.
Early.
Very, very.
Speaking of early,
Already 1 win over Florida though.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
to the hardwood we go. Jaylen Brown leaves Kanye West's agency. I'll leave it at that. 3-1, dropped their first game last night to the Bulls. Chicago just massacred Boston last night with a loss to the Bears and loss to the Bulls.
Yeah, I think it was 20 points in the second quarter.
Well,
Yeah,
it was sad to
hard to
see
bounce
because
back
how
by
it
that.
started out the game was 30-14 with Jason Tatum having 15 points on 5 out of 6, all on 3-pointers, getting pulled, and then they just ended up after that not being able to hit a single shot.
Yeah, they scored 39 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was
That's
absolutely
39
insane.
and 30 though.
And that's what I mean.
They
When
didn't
they
play
pulled
defense.
Jason Tatum, they
Yeah.
had 30 points.
I remember getting the notification that the third
was
quarter
5
ended
minutes
and
left.
the Bulls were already at 100 points, and I was like, dude, there's a
That's
quarter
what
left.
Yeah, so
Like, I
we
was like,
started
Jesus,
hot. Like someone asked me, like, "Are the Celtics gonna go undefeated this year?" I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
And then, so that's when Jason Tatum got pulled out of the game, and then I started watching the demise, and I was not.
See,
not very happy.
I don't have questions on Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You know what they're gonna bring. Horford's gonna come has a spunk. He's still doing him. Marcus Smart and White are gonna be the defensive gurus. But then there's a lot of question marks. Noah Vonleh, the local guy from Haverhill, that he's getting his opportunity now because Robert Williams is out. Dude had 5 fouls in the first 6 minutes last night. You know what?
Love that.
That's just things you can't.
That's you can't coach
Be
that.
better.
You
Coach
can't
that.
coach
Be better.
that.
You gotta be better than that.
Yeah,
You gotta.
like-
No, he's not. He played 12 minutes last night because of that. And then Blake Griffin didn't play too much either because they clearly see he's a liability, clever in 5s, and they don't really need too many 4s out there because they already have
Oh yeah,
enough.
and
Yeah.
that's why it was all done too. Just because, I think Drummond and Vucevic combined for 35 rebounds themselves.
Yeah, the Vucevic had 23 rebounds.
Yeah, exactly. Once there was no
Yeah.
big man and not just someone big to stand.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
He just
That's
got
why
it all.
Noel he's gonna get Noah Vonleh is gonna get some pull here because he's a tall guy, gonna get his opportunity.
just stand there
Yeah,
and box out, dude.
exactly.
You don't have to don't be Rob Williams. You're not defensive
And
player of the
again,
year.
can Grant Williams keep up what he did last season? Plus minus last night, minus 26 on the court. It's tough. It's tough. That's just one game. Just one game. Brogdon not
No,
too good
that's
either,
a
minus
tough
24.
And
but he's a good
Chicago's
player.
sneaky good too. They
They
have
are.
a lot
They-
of young
They
talent.
beat
They
beat
do.
Miami too.
They
So
do.
Miami's a good team.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
you
and-
can't really just look at that one game and count them out. But that is tough to see. I hope that is an eye opener for them with
Oh,
them
yeah.
coming into back into the Garden versus Cavaliers
Every NBA
on
season,
Friday.
you have a two just like
Yeah,
it's not our fucking night
Two-
games.
Yeah.
Like
Two
That's right.
situations.
No one's ever gonna go undefeated
Yeah.
in the NBA.
Two situations to look at this roster is they've been looking for that 3-point guy off the bench, and last year it was Peyton Pritchard. Not really
Marcus
getting
Smart
too
wants
much.
to beat it so bad.
He ain't gonna be it. But this is what I'm talking about here. Peyton Pritchard hasn't played too much early on in the season because Sam Hauser has come up and he's kind of been that guy. He's got some size on, play some defense too. So if you can kind of get a little less of a shooter in Sam Hauser, but better defender, I would take that any day of the week over Pritchard. I love what Pritchard did last year. Brought a lot to the table in the second year.
he's better at defending than you would think.
Yeah,
a hard worker.
he's just
He
a-
tries.
He's
He's
very,
yeah,
he's
small.
a very
just
hard
small.
worker.
And then on the second note, is it Justin Jackson, who played for North Carolina? He's on the Celtics. He got some garbage time minutes last night. I saw some garbage time. You remember number 44, Justin Jackson, tall guy, played for North Tar Heels. No. Well, he was. I
I'm
thought
whiffing on it,
he's
I
a
don't
great. He was one of those guys, a great college player. He was like a late second round to undrafted. Nailed like 3 threes in a row last night. Played some good defense. Watched
Okay.
a garbage time. So I think you should look up for him again some minutes
Okay,
coming up
I like it.
like that.
Any bench player coming up, I mean, like that was the thing last year. Like
Yeah.
those bench players, like when it got to that garbage time, I didn't care who any of those people were because it didn't matter.
I was just gonna say, excuse me,
that's
coming on. Excuse me.
Falling falling asleep on the pod again.
Sorry
Falling
about
asleep
it.
on
Sorry
the
about
pod
it.
again?
Told you we're putting in there. I was late. We're burning the midnight oil here. Hey, we're still grinding. But one of the main things I was gonna say is the Celtics. One of the main things this exposes is we really need to have that bench be deep or have a more superstar set like starting core, because when we don't have players that will like be able to like, I don't know, like outshine and like not just have those average mid-time games, whether it be Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown going back to forth. I feel like we need like someone else that can stay on the court the entire game, like a LeBron type, like a Kevin Durant type, like a Giannis type that like has unlimited endurance, that like doesn't need to come off, whether it
Yeah,
be
you need a third. To your point, you need a third guy to where if God forsaken Jalen and Jason are both off the court at a time that the lineup's not going to be completely terrible. That if those guys get into foul trouble when you get into a playoff game, you're going to need a third guy to step up. Last year it was kind of a little mix of Marcus Smart and Al Horford, but can they be those guys again, or is it going to be Malcolm Brogdon who comes in, who is getting paid fair amount now, got traded for a load of people, not really, kind of like a bunch of washing machines. But to your point, having a third guy there, feel like big threes always win the cup, not the
Right.
cup, the championship. And you know what? You did give us a lock on Friday. Celtics host the Cavs. Book it.
Book it. The fix is in. I don't want to say it out loud. Oh shit! But yeah, the fix is in.
Like Donahue in his prime.
Yeah. Please don't tell anyone. But yeah, book it, and we'll probably clip it.
Clip it.
This is a clip you're watching right now. Book it.
UFC 280. I really didn't see too much. I just saw the results. Sean O'Malley with a questionable, I heard, split decision over Peter Yan, and I favored Peter Yan going into this. He was the favorite. I thought he was going to win. Anyone see that? Anyone have got thoughts?
Did you watch it, Steele?
Yes. Well, I rewatched it later. I
I
couldn't
know
watch
what
it
you mean.
live,
Yeah,
but there's just like no way that like you could give Sean O'Malley 2 rounds out of 3 in that fight.
No.
There's just no way. Like you could easily give him 1. I think
would've
it
been
was
happy
the
with the
third
tie.
one, but
With
like
the tie, would have been
tie
happy.
even better. But there's just no way you could have gone 2 out of 3 to him.
Do you think they got it because his rep?
Yes.
Like he's got big
100%.
following?
Yeah.
That's what
Like
the
I think
UFC
they want to
is.
skyrocket him to the moon, and
Oh,
they
that's
know
what the
Jan's
UFC
just
is.
like a scary Russian guy, and is
Yeah.
never gonna like be on fucking cereal boxes. Like you know what
It's
I
the
mean?
American beating the Russian. It's the
Yeah.
Cold War era. This is Rocky versus fucking I must break
Like
you.
there's a thing on Twitter called Verdict, and they do their own things. Like they have their own system,
Yeah.
and they usually have it very well. And like they had Jan 2 out of 3, like relatively handily.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So like I think
Go back
Even
and
if you
rewatch.
look at the basic statistics, it was like 6 out of 11 takedowns by Jan to 0 out of 1 by O'Malley. The power percentage rate was 60% for Jan, where it was like 45% on
but
O'Malley, and it was like accuracy was 75 to like 60. Like it was an obvious overly stacked. Like I don't know.
I think Jan should have won, but like O'Malley definitely did prove like he's that level of fighter. Without a doubt.
I agree
like,
with that. That's
he
the
is
only thing I can't
100%
disagree
that
with.
level. He is up there at the top with them. Like if after
That is
passing
the one
Jan,
thing
like
I said.
he could beat anyone. He's part of the mix for that title. 100%.
That's exactly what I said. The only thing I said, like I was like, oh, that was kind of favored towards him. All the same thing we're saying, but I was like, but him to actually stay toe to toe with Jan, who was like same thing. Even we haven't gone into it yet. We're about to get into it, but with Charles Oliveira. But yeah, but to stay toe to toe, like you gotta give him his credit. Like, and same thing, he is the flashy person, and like maybe he is that ultimate fighter. Maybe he is gonna be the champion one day, but we got to get into that championship round because I'm itching about it.
One step at a time. One step at a time. We got Aljo Dillashaw before that, right?
Yeah, Sterling knocked him out in the second round.
Sterling's a beast.
The Dillashaw look
I'm
a
a big
little like
Sterling fan.
hasn't been in the ring in over a year because he's steroid violation.
Apparently, he had a big shoulder injury too.
Yeah.
Which has come out like someone he trained with, because like a lot of people on Twitter like were like, yeah, sure, dude, sick, like whatever.
Yeah,
and, like
you're on steroids.
it was someone, I forget who it was, but it was someone whose name you would know. Like it was another UFC fighter, and he was like, dude, I worked with Dillashaw like 3 weeks ago or something, and like he couldn't lift his fucking arm. Like he was like, that's like legit.
Holy shit.
Now, granted, he like Sterling whooped him. Like just brought him to the ground and like pretty much kicked his ass the entire time. So like,
well, that's just a guy who who's been the champion, who's been in the ring, a couple times a year now. Well, Dillashaw, has some time to cool off. I think it's a whole different thing where Dillashaw has a bunch of fights to his resume, but what have you done for me lately? I think that's what you got to say to yourself. And if you're not like this, Conor McGregor saying he's gonna fight this, fight that, whoever he fights next, I give him no chance. That's just a sidebar, but main event. Charles Oliveira, who I thought was the best pound for pound fighter with Kamaru Usman going down. Islam pulls up the upset. You got Khabib going in there. You got a whole Russian party.
Well, that was the whole like a lot of people just completely dismissed a lot, because like Khabib would always say things like, dude, like this kid would kick my ass, like shit like that. And everyone just kind of dismissed that because like, no, he can't, Khabib, like you would think, and like he might have been right.
Definitely right. If he's being Charles Oliveira in the second round,
he like
the way that
like,
Islam manhandled him.
Yeah,
in
like,
that
was
first
crazy.
round to like literally like keep him propped up, keep him like over his guard. Like he honestly, Charles Oliveira dropped an up kick to his jaw, and it literally looked like it would have knocked out any other person. And he kind of just like snapped his head back at him and just like kept going after him. And
like he looked as good against Charles Oliveira as Oliveira's looked against everyone else.
Yeah,
and like that's crazy.
No big deal too. I put in a Islam second round, wouldn't go the distance parlay. No big deal.
Go Jets.
I'll see you guys in 30 years when I'm done retiring.
You think about Oliveira though. He's beaten Gaethje, Poirier, Chandler, and Ferguson all in a row, and then he takes on Islam in Abu Dhabi. Game on the line, and can't get it done. It's a tough. Do you think there'll be a rematch?
Maybe not immediately, because I think like Dana White had already come out and said like the winner of that fight's Volkanovski.
Love that.
But
because he called them up right after the fight.
Like Volkanovski was the backup if someone got hurt.
He called them up, and he was like, let me call up the short guy.
Yeah,
they like send him out. Yeah.
So I think
Volkanovski's a bad man.
Also,
I think that's next.
Also,
and
big
then
moment.
He'll be back. I don't know.
Islam giving the belt to
Khabib
and like giving it to his father and like giving recognition.
it was
That was
all
a huge
that.
moment. And like, obviously they're very humble in what they do. So
3-0, Coach
Shout out to
Khabib
Oh,
on that
yeah.
card.
No, yeah.
3-0.
hey, anytime he's in, he might be one of the greatest coaches
Yeah,
of all time.
he
You know
might
what I
just
mean?
be cleaning up the coaching.
Same
game,
thing. Like, and I truly believe he is never going to fight again. So Islam is going to be,
he's done.
Islam is going to be his like star child, like his Mike Tyson to his like Cosmato, like
Yeah.
What's his
It is
name?
what it is.
Made the appearance. I saw it. Hazabul,
Hasbullah.
The GOAT.
the goat, punching people.
I'm a big
Officially signed by the UFC.
dude.
I don't know where that's going or what's going to happen,
and
but
he can't
officially
get out of
signed.
his contract until he fights. You know that?
Yeah. Well, there's someone that's just like him.
Yeah, the burger guy. Burger.
No, they have.
Burger.
I saw his story, and he has like huge beef with the guy. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they
they're
do.
probably gonna
I
fight.
forget his name. I wish I knew it. That's
Dude,
disrespectful.
you know how much that will sell? Like that's Rough and Rowdy, and it's on in the UFC.
It-
Billions.
It has the numbers from my credit card. Like I'm all in.
Like even if we're in the same room, I'm just gonna purchase my own ticket
You know how
just to
many dirty
support
shots
them.
he's gonna-
Yeah,
'Cause
for the
I
love of the
respect
game,
that.
For the love of the game.
There's gonna be wet willies. There's gonna be eye gouges. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I want like a fight to the death. Is that crazy?
No, it's not. Are you crazy?
No, maybe.
Maybe. one of it. Folks, want to thank you guys for tuning in. Heads better making this all possible. Justin, Craig, that a boy.
The boys.
Shout-
the boys.
Shout out Slide Edge of Fitness and Performance. Do what you do. Craig Kelly does a great job over here in Braintree.
Absolutely.
101 French Street, French Ave. Bang.
I gotta get
Yeah.
in there one
Nope.
day. I sound like Magic, but I'd never said that before. I'm gonna come check it out.
How's
quick, Kelly.
Magic doing? It hasn't been there in a couple weeks.
Getting ready.
We'll talk.
Training.
Yeah, hey.
Champs here.
Episode one.
Champs here.
Episode 100, right around the corner. We're gonna have an all tell all epi.
Yeah,
It's
champs
just-
here.
It's gonna be a good one.
Coming out of the dumpster again. Let's go, boys.
Oh, we got back in the dumpster.
Champs here.
Yeah, dude.
Champs
And
here.
then went on a date.
Stay tuned.
Probably
Stay
fucked.
tuned.
Kid's the man.
Speaking of man, also want to give a big shout out to our sponsor from the law offices of Patrick J. Foley, Pat Foley, great guy.
Love
Patrick
him.
Foley.
Yep.
Love you, Pat.
That's all from Steele Nazz. Be safe out there. Big game in New York, MetLife. Let's have at it. Happy Halloween. Oh, what are you gonna be for Halloween? Anything good?
What are you being?
I'm Willy Wonka.
What are you being?
To be determined.
I'm Draco Malfoy, aka the rendition on Draco Malfoy, aka the evilest wizard of all time.
That's a great.
AKA the
Bang.
AKA the snake neck tat that I had here earlier, but it will be on there eventually.
Great thing to end on. Love it. Peace.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.